Is Aion Classic worth it? After the announcement of the release of the game in Europe on April 12th, I am sure many of you asked this question. Of course, other things that come to mind are if the game will be paid to win, and what monetization tactics they will use to gain profit. But before I answer these questions, let's see some information about the game since it was released for the first time in Europe back in 2010. So it's been almost 13 years since the initial release, and I am sure many of you might not know it at all or have never tried it if you are young or were obsessive with other MMORPGs because back then was the era of this type of games. Aion is developed and published by NCSoft. NCSoft for me was the company that could hit Blizzard back in the day, but sadly, their strategies killed most of their games, such as Lineage 2, Guild Wars, and later Blade on Soul. NCSoft also is the company that will release Throne and Liberty that many of us waiting for. Overall, they knew how to provide really good games, but after some time with bad updates, bot problems, and heavy pay-to-win elements in their games, they lost credibility. I still remember when Aion was announced back then, and I bought the game to try it out with my friends. I still have the box that the game came with. The game got huge hype because it introduced flight as its main feature, and until then we didn't have any similar kinds of games. It has very good combat when you are flying, with both PvE and PvP battles being so much fun, which that was the main thing that hooked me into the game back then. Aion has two factions, Elios and Asmodeans, or you can say Angels and Dark Angels. Cause of the two factions of course comes in mind that huge part of the game is PvP, and it combines it very good with the PvE side of the game. It uses a tap targeting combat system with a good combination of action combat. The game uses the Holy Trinity system with tank, healer, and DPS. Aion offers 4 types of main classes, and each of them offers 2 types of professions. The 4 main classes are Warrior, Scout, Mage, Priest. Warriors can become either Gladiators, which are your standard melee DPS with huge weapons, or Templars, which are the main tank of the game. Scouts have the option of being either Assassins or Rangers. Mage can be either a Sorcerer or a Spirit Master, which is the Summoner in the game. Last Priests can be either Clerics, who are the main healers of the game, or Chanters, which are a hybrid class with buffs and damage. The skill system is based on combo chains, with the last skills of the combo usually being the strongest ones. One very good feature of the game, and the reason for that being the low number of available classes, is that it provides very good balance between the classes, and that's something very desirable in a game that contains a lot of PvP action in its core. The PvPv gameplay of Aion revolves around battles within the Abyss and Beloria, which are the PvP zones of the game. Within these zones are fortresses that can be controlled by individual legions, which are the guilds of the game. So it provides sieges to gain control of a castle, and that comes with benefits for those who rule it. The game will come in patch 1.9, which also comes with the Crucible Colosseum, which is the arena for 1v1 and 3v3 modes. The game offers 7 professions for crafting, but a player can be an expert in only 2 of them and a master in only 1. Even though the main feature of the game is flying, there are also mounts. Each party can have up to 6 players. Of course, Aion offers dungeons, elite monsters, and bosses that you need groups to attend to too. Now that we know most of the features that this game can provide, let's speak about the elephant in the room. The game will be free to play, and of course when we hear free to play nowadays, we know what comes next. The game is based on Seal's Aura, and free-to-play players have their rewards greatly reduced or even locked after a period of time. We will see exactly what this period will be when it is released, but most likely it will be 1 or 2 hours. After that, to retain the benefits for the rest of your playtime, you need to buy the subscription each month, which most likely will cost around €10. Another thing is that the game offers a battle pass called the Diva Pass, and like the typical battle passes, it offers free rewards and really good extra premium rewards with things that can help your progression if you purchase the battle pass, which costs around €15 per month. So let's answer the question if Aion is free to play. The answer is yes if you play for a small period of time at a time, like mobile games. If you want to spend more than 2 hours playing, you will need Seal's Aura to continue playing, so it's like an optional subscription model. But let's be honest, it's almost mandatory for most of the players. Here, I would like to inform anyone who doesn't know how Aion works that it heavily relies on scrolls for buffs and potions, which you need to invest a lot of time to farm them, and they offer those on the pass and in the shop also. So now let's answer the big question of whether Aion is pay to win, which is a thin line for most of us because someone can have other red lines in mind for what pay to win means. Saying that for me, when the game offers any type of boosted progression items or consumables that are must for the end game, and you don't want to spend all your time farming with money, it's pay to win. But I need to say here that the good thing is that you can totally achieve the end goal without paying any money, but of course it will take more time for you than for someone who spends money. So it's time to answer the main question, is Aion Classic worth it? For me, the answer is yes, because it is a very good game that can hook you, make you have fun, and create good memories with it even if it comes with drawbacks like pay-to-win features in it. Of course, for me, it is also nostalgia speaking, but I tried to provide you with as much information as I thought would help you answer the question for yourself. Thank you very much if you are still here, and I would love to check out your opinions in the comments about the game. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you want to know when the next video comes up, click the subscribe button with the bell to get notified. See you in the next one.